done.
Options aplenty out wide. 5 receiver set here on 3rd and long.
Ready? Set up! Ready? Ready, set up! You. Set up!
3rd and long for him here. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Bosa on the stop. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down. Michael Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. 7-3 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. Everyone's out there, so let's get things restarted. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And this one sails out, no return on the punt. '49ers to the line, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Free up the middle, it's a breakaway. He's at midfield. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers now lead by 10.
Hey, Kate, we're not even to halftime, and this guy has already got a game's worth of success. And the great thing is that, yes, it benefits him individually, statistically, but you know it just sets the table for everybody else because that play-action pass should be devastating.
York tacks on that extra point. And the 49ers drive their lead to 11.
14. Seahawks 3. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he's into the end zone for the pick 6 for San Francisco. Throw to the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
You're good on the point after. And the 49ers push their lead to 18.
Niners 21. Seahawks 3. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40-yard line.
13. Play action. Here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They've got a man in motion. Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. And nearly intercepted as that trick play almost ended in disaster. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. He's hit before he can get anything on that return.
At their own 16-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Hand off to the back. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. And the Seahawks take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
Shut up.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Blitz coming, Lamar. Pass pulled in by Henry. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
1st and 10. He keeps it on the option. And keeping the zone read costs him. He takes a hit, loses some yards too.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Report.
Pistol snap to Jackson. And he'll score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks make it an 11-point ball game.
21, Seahawks 10. Michael Dixon to kick off for
On
Seattle.
now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's incomplete on 2nd down. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Completes it downfield to Pearson. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the 49ers the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard
Throwing now off the play action. On him quick, and they bring him down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack.
Here we go, sack. Cougar 19.
Looking in the air here. Completed to his running back. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. 6-yard gain on the play. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco. So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. The 49ers with the lead here at Levi Stadium.
Let's go.
First down, and they go right back to it. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. Panther 60.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Headed out right. Finds his man over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
60 bucks. 18 Cardinals. Let's go.
Goal to go. They're passing. That's incomplete left side.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he drives forward for a little. Maybe to the 7. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Give now to the running back. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Flushed out of the pocket. Brought in right side. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
We'll couple together a yard there. To the ground by Nick Emanwari.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set, ready.
They're going play action. Completed over the middle. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Let's take off.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
A loss of a yard.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks instead. Well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard.
Japanese, go.
Another carry for it. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Look at that, no worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on 4th down. That was impressive.
The beauty of that execution, Kate, is he didn't even know he was going to get the ball there on 4th down in that RPO. So extra credit for the focus, and even more so for the conversion.
They go play action on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Into the hands of Kittle. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Cowboy 80. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
He'll work against the blitz. This one's caught. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow the lead coming out at halftime. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you can throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck connected with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these. and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
And again, it's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions that made this 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Jackson now on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And that'll hit and get out of bounds. Left some meat on the bone with that one. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up.
Go, Shaq. Go, Rig. 70 Timberwolf. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Let's go.
Here's the one back on the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
60 Bison.
At the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Down and 10.
Go. 18, 70 Lions.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Flying down the middle of Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Cage, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Play fake. Jackson. Buying some time right. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he takes it down to the 33. Give him 32 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. But it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Here's Lamar. Fits it through the middle. And they drop him right after that catch. He's down at the 22-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. The tight end in motion now. First down, here's Lamar. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And again, it's Jackson. That one is incomplete. incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Man in motion here. Third and long for him here. Connection made to Shaheed. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
First and goal, Seattle.
DC ready?
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Lamar throwing again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
Jackson's going to throw again. That one connects. And they stop him right at the line of scrimmage as Tom runs out in the quarter. So they'll have some time to prepare for third and goal. We're at the end of our third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Touchdown to bust for him here as they set up for third and goal.
Hey, middle. Hey, Ozzy. Hey.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. And it's incomplete on third and goal. This one intended for the running back. So now they're left with fourth and goal.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Baltimore, they landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, Nepal, and Japan. See these reps take me everywhere I go where I can.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Niners 49ers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Vice.
Plowing up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Down by Ernest Jones.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Throwing off the play fake. That one's complete, right side. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play, and that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This one's out to Pearsall on the left side. Now he's past the 25. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain, turning it into an explosive play.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
Ready. Set, ready.
Right up the gut. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Just 1 yard on first and goal. Still 4 yards to go on second.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he gets in. Touchdown! The 49ers have likely locked up the win right there. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers grow the lead now to 22 points. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10.
Yo.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down. Well, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the fourth quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
It's in or no, they dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down. You're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be second down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
From the gun, Jackson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Following the sack, needs some positive yards here. It is second down and 18. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Connects on the crosser. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal. From the red zone now. He rolls to his right. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers put up even more points in a win. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Seahawks hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. 7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. They go play fake with Jackson. Trying to push deep downfield. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Hey.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, if you couldn't do it.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
Sit up.
Jackson yet again. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to second down.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
Sit on. Sit on. You are X. Sit on.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
At the 29-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to throw it again. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
180. What? 180. 180.
Throwing again is Lamar. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Intended target there was Jackson Smith-Njigba. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again! Nick Martin picks it off. And the 49ers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, these were the kind of plays they needed, frankly, earlier in the game when it was still somewhat close. By this point, still a great play, but a bit of a hollow highlight with the game already decided.
And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
18-yard line.
Let's go.
Back-to-back carries here. And he can't escape, Brock. They lose yards, but defensively, no timeouts left to stop the clock and take advantage.
The 16-yard line.
Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
And this is going to be a short field ahead for the ensuing possession. The punt down at the 40-yard line. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
180.
One final shot here. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete, but no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. Pick your meat, click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Turn this thing on out. Now, let me see everybody do